What's up everybody, Superworks fan here for a different type of video today. So my buddy Car Guy 11 nominated me for the Dream Car Challenge, and this is something that I just do for fun anyway. I've always had a running list of my dream cars that I would buy if I ever, won the Powerball or something like that. And like many of you, I'm sure I'm a dreamer. I love just dreaming about what I would have and how awesome it would be and all that kind of stuff. And so whenever he nominated me for the challenge, I was like, sweet, like I'm already ready to go. I got my list and I'm set. So the rules for the Dream Car Challenge are that you have to limit it to 5 cars. Money is no object, but they have to be 5 cars and you have to live with all of them. Like as far as, you can't, have other daily drivers on the side. You have to live with only these 5 cars. And so that has an interesting twist for me because, of course, if I had an unlimited budget, I would have much more than 5 cars. And a lot of them would be classics. I know that a lot of you, on this channel, the focus is usually modern cars, so I won't go into, my list of all the classics that I would own, but I'll just do the 5 cars, supercars and things like that I would own if money were no object. And before I go any further, I want to nominate Nick Murray next to do the challenge. I'm curious to hear, what he has on his list as far as, what he would like to own. Anyway, so for my 5, I'm going to start off with the easy choices first, the ones that I would, pick without any problems, no second thoughts whatsoever. The first is really one of my ultimate dream cars, and that is a Ferrari F12 Berlinetta. I love the F12. I've loved it ever since it came out. It's just amazing. Naturally aspirated V12 that sounds spectacular. The classic Ferrari layout of front engine, rear wheel drive, no all-wheel drive stuff, no hybrid stuff, no turbo stuff, just pure 700 plus horsepower. It's an absolute animal, but it's still comfortable and luxurious, which is that's gonna be the theme in all these cars. Is I want something that isn't gonna beat me up when I'm driving it. I don't want to own a race car and drive around on the streets. That's just not for me. And the F12's just a fantastic car from everything that I've heard. So why wouldn't I get the TDF version? And the reason for that is because there's a ton of hoops to jump through to get one of those. And I guess if I had unlimited money, I could pay someone an obscene amount to let theirs go, secondhand. But I would probably just go for the standard F12. That'd be plenty for me, and I'd be plenty happy with that. So that's the first car in my 5-car dream garage. The next would be the Jaguar F-Type SVR convertible, and that is because, as many of you know, I absolutely adore the F-Type. I love all the versions of the F-Type, from the base all the way up to the R that I reviewed last year. They're all spectacular. Of course, I haven't even seen an SVR in person, let alone driven one, but I am sure that it's probably just as amazing as all the other F-Types, if not more so. And so owning, the ultimate F-Type would be a ton of fun, and I would want it in a convertible simply because even though I think the hardtop actually looks a little bit better, I would do the convertible just because out of my list of cars here, it's really one of the only ones that is just as awesome in convertible form, or even available in convertible form, over the standard hardtop. So I would do the convertible for the F-Type SVR, and that would be my go-to car if I want to have something absolutely insane to drive around that's a convertible. It's just the total package as far as a convertible goes to me. It's still relatively comfortable, sounds amazing, and looks amazing, very nice interior still, and all that good stuff. But it would be a really, really fun car to own, I'm sure. So that's the second car on my list. The third is the Shelby Gt350. Now I would go for the standard one because, once again, I don't need the hardcore track version, and I'd be perfectly happy with a standard Shelby. As many of you saw in my review, it would be a lot of fun to own, I'm sure, and they're just hilarious fun to drive. And that would also serve as the car, since all these other ones are dual clutch automatics and stuff like that. The Shelby would be the one that would be the only manual, and so that would be the car to whenever I feel like driving manual or I'm missing driving manual, just to take that out. And also just because I still love Mustangs and I would still want to have a Mustang in my life, and so that's why I would pick the Shelby. Now the last 2 cars on my list are the ones that are the hardest decisions, and the first is the people hauler because, of course, all the other stuff I've chosen so far is only either 2-seater or 2 doors, so not very good for hauling friends around, things like that. So the people hauler that I would choose would be the Tesla Model X. The reason being is, one, from an enthusiast standpoint, it's probably the fastest 7-seater you could probably get to today. I haven't checked that, but it's one of the fastest, of course, especially if you get like the P100D now, and very expensive, but if money was no object and I needed a people hauler, that would be it. The other reason, of course, that's the crowd pleaser. Everyone loves the Falcon doors. It'll drive itself, and Tesla is just very hot right now, and so that would be my choice, you know, for whenever I'm just hauling people around. It's also all-wheel drive, which helps because it's good in the snow and all that kind of stuff, and would be a good, you know, SUV, I guess you could say, you know, for those instances where you need the extra versatility and things like that. It would be nice to have. So that would be the versatile car out of the collection. And then the final one is the daily driver. For me, what I would want is, you know, ultra luxurious, still very prestigious, very sporty and performance oriented, but very comfortable daily driver. And this is something I go back and forth on, you know, if I were able to have some kind of baller daily driver, what would I want to have? And I finally arrived at the Bentley Continental GT V8S. Reasons why: it's all-wheel drive, so I can still drive it in the snow and stuff around here in Pittsburgh if, you know, I had to. And in addition to that, it's also a very safe, heavy, substantial feeling car. You know, because like my first choice whenever I was thinking about, you know, what I would have for a daily driver would be the Ferrari. I love the new GTC4 Lusso, you know, the FF restyle, and I love everything about that. The interior is great, it has Apple CarPlay, all that kind of stuff, which is great for a daily driver. And I really like, you know, it's all-wheel drive. It has that same spectacular V12 out of the F12, so having that in a daily driver would be amazing, right? Except the Ferrari, they don't really focus on safety, the whole company in general. So, you know, the GTC4 Lusso, like, it has like side airbags, but it doesn't have side airbags for the rear seat. And I mean, people probably won't sit back there that often, but it's kind of a strange oversight for a car in 2016 to not have side curtain airbags for the rear passengers there. And it just, you know, it doesn't seem, Ferraris usually don't fare very well in crashes. And so, you know, for a car you're driving every single day, I want something that's a very, very, very safe. So that kind of disqualifies any Ferraris from the list there or anything else along those lines. Now, like the Aston Martin DB11 was another consideration, but that's only rear-wheel drive. It'd be nice to, you know, like I said, have all-wheel drive with the Bentley. You know, also one other really stupid thing, but if you're talking about an ultra-luxurious daily driver, I want massage seats. And the Aston Martin does not have massage seats. They're heated and cooled, and I love the styling of the new DB11, but the Bentley has massage, heated and cooled seats. So that gives it an edge there. Also, another thing is, you know, the Aston Martin and, you know, some of the other stuff, like even like a Mercedes S550, which doesn't sound as good as a Bentley would anyway, but, you know, they all use those controllers that I'm still not a huge fan of. I like a normal touchscreen. The Bentley just has a standard touchscreen, basically almost the same as in a Mustang here, and Bentley's also rolling out Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so those will be, you know, available soon, even in the Continental and stuff. I think it's currently only in the Bentayga and the Mulsanne, but so that would be another nice thing, is, you know, having all that. So that's why overall the Bentley seems to be the best choice, you know, for what I'm looking for an ultra luxurious daily driver. But yes, so that is my list of 5 cars here. If I had to limit myself to only 5 cars for a dream garage, no money restrictions, that is what I would do. I'd do the F12 Berlinetta, the Jag SVR convertible, the Shelby Gt350, and then you know, the Tesla Model X for the people hauler, and the Bentley Continental GT V8S. So yes, that's my list of 5 cars. Let me know in the comments below what your list of 5 cars would be, and thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this little bonus video. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.